What's up, guys? I'm taking you guys on a tour of my baby, my kit. Hope you guys enjoy. If you do, leave a like, a comment, and a rating. Really helps me out. And just be expecting some covers. The band is kind of on a hiatus right now since Brandon just got shipped off. Power to you, buddy. But be expecting just covers, not just drum cover, but vocals, guitar, whatever I used to do. So see you guys in the next frame. Alright, guys, so here we have this absolute monster of a kit. I'm all mic'd up. I've got my bass drum mic in there, all my mics, just CAD mics, nothing really too special. Now, the shells themselves, these are Pearl Visions, other than the second tom, the floor tom, and the snare, which are actually D-Drum by D2, or D2 by D-Drum, which are just little starter kits, but I've got them to where they sound absolutely incredible. The rack is the Pearl DR3 drum rack, which is just the straight one. It's not the curved. It cost me a little more, but it was worth it. As you can see, just more of the Pearl Vision there. If it'll focus, there well, come on. Sorry, I'm shooting this on a Galaxy S5 Actives, but yeah, Pearl Vision. Great sounding drums. I'm not a big Pearl guy, but it's not too bad. And then here we have the Pearl Sensitone. If I don't sit on my freaking sweet tea, damn son, damn Daniel. But here we have the Pearl Sensitone steel snare. It's a 14 by, I'm not 100% sure. I think 14 by 5.5, 6. Really good snare, just extremely poppy with this head, which is a Remo coated ambassador, or not, what am I saying? Emperor, just a Black Emperor. I can't remember the exact name to it, sorry about that. I've just got a PDP hi-hat stand here, a Vic Firth caddy, stick caddy with some ProMark sticks. Absolutely love them. They're the best. Go check them out and use them. Hi-hats, I'm not big on Sabian cymbals in general, but it's all I could get at the time. So we have the Sabian AAX accelerator hi-hats, 14 inches. These things actually, they're extremely crisp, really heavy, but they're very good sounding. I'd rather get me some A-Custom Master Sounds or some K-Custom Master Sounds, like the K-Custom Hybrid Master Sounds, but fortunately that is way too expensive. Here we just have a little homemade, almost Zildjian Sabian kind of bell, but it's not horrible sounding, but it's not the best. And I've got it on a little Tama boom arm there. Tama's the way to go, as you can see by my Cobras. These are the old 600 Power Glides before they got the red on them, so this is when they were still all black and nice and smooth. Now, as I was saying, this is a D-Drum, D2 by D-Drum. It's really not a bad snare. I've got actually an Evans 300 Hazy on the bottom, even though I'm not huge on Evans. That is a really good head, believe it or not. And up top here, we have the Remo Control Sound Coated. This thing is absolutely beast. You see it's beat to hell and back, but it's absolutely just a monster. It sounds good, it feels good, and it plays really well. Up top here, we have a Weather King pinstripe. Nothing too special. I didn't match any of the heads. I really want to get some matching heads, but money. Even though I said I'm not big on Evans, this is just one that I've had on here, and I have wrinkles in here, and that is going to bother the hell out of me. But it's a Evans EC2. It's a double ply. It's really durable, really heavy, and it's nice. I'm not huge on the more coated, semi-coated heads, but it's not bad. Then here we have an Evans G1 on the second floor. Both of them have just stock Rezo heads, so nothing really, fancy. And you see the CAD mics. This one just broke off on me, so I need to go and figure out a way to fix that. But back with the cymbals, I showed you these two. Up here we have a Zildjian A-Custom Rezo 18-inch. I like my offhand ride to be anywhere in the range of 17 to 18. I like me bigger crashes, and you can see once I get to my main hand crash. This is a 10-inch Meinl Classics Custom 10-inch splash. Very brilliant, very bright. It really doesn't fully match the Zildjian and the Zildjian splash and the ride or that shit China, but it blends really well with the main hand crash, which I do use 9 times out of 10. I just use this as like a off crash, you know, so when I'm just going over doing fills or cymbal fills, this is definitely one I hit, and as well as this one. Now this one is a little weirder because this one is not sold like this, but this is a Zildjian ZHT 8-inch splash. If I could hold everything right here, maybe it'll focus. Focus. 8-inch splash. Oh no, I'm kind of shaky. I just got done with drum practice, so I'm sorry. But you see, it almost has a China kind of curve to it, and that's from having it actually up here mounted this way and hitting it so much and so hard, the cheap ZHT kind of flipped over on itself, almost like a China. Let me get this back on here, and I'll show you why I keep this on here, why I love this one actually to death. Now, you know, you have your regular splash up here, the 10-inch Meinl, which is... It's not too bad, it's nice, it's brilliant, but the ZHT splash right here is just... It's super trashy, it's dark, it's just... It's loud, and it cuts like no other, especially through the mix. When I'm hitting those, you know, cymbal fills, that one is definitely one that stands out the most. It cuts, and it is just... It's heavy. I love it. It's not heavy, like heavy, but brutal, I guess you can say. Up here is my main hand crash. This is a 19 AAX Metal X crash. Or not AAX, AA Metal Crash. 19 inches. This thing is absolutely heavy. It is big, and it is thick. Don't know why I keep putting away my sticks, because I'm going to keep needing them. But, I mean, it's loud, it's heavy, and its sustain is absolutely unrivaled. I mean, I want me a custom 19-inch, but till then, this is just, you know, till then it's a nice, you know, kind of fill-in for it, but it's nice. Now down here, this isn't my preferred ride. It's really dry. And I really want something that's brilliant, but, you know, as money goes, you know, it's all I can get. This is a hand-hammered HH Raw Bell Dry Ride. This is a 21-inch behemoth. I mean, this thing is absolutely thick. I mean, it is just, if I crashed on it, it's just, it goes on for days and days and days, but I mean... I mean, it is just, it kills everything in the mix if I crash on it, so I try not to crash on it often. The only really nice thing I like about it is the bell really cuts through, especially when I'm playing just a heavier riff and I'm just wanting to bounce. You see, it just... Shh. That thing keeps ringing, but it cuts through really nice, and combining that bell and that bell and that bell, it's nice in progression with each other. And over here we have my POS China, my 17-inch Chad Smith AA Holy China, the Holy China, that has literally every crack known to man in it. I swear to God. I mean, if you look at that, you see, right? Oh, poor baby. Oh man. And I gotta say, this was actually my all-time favorite China that I have actually ever owned, before it was cracked. We got another one over here, right there. And back to the bigger one that is now like almost half the symbol. I swear to God, this thing is about to die on me, and I can't let that happen because I have no money to replace it. And up here was more of an impulse buy when I did have money. And it's actually fairly decent as a offhand China. It's a Zildjian 18-inch, I believe it, is it 18-inch? Yeah, 18-inch China. Pitch black. It's very, very gongy sounding, but when you're playing it with everything else, you don't really notice the gonginess. It's actually pretty trashy when you're playing it with everything else, and it's just... It's that initial sound that's really, really gongy, and I mean, I don't hit it enough to get past that, initial gonginess, or the initial hit, the thrashy kind of hit to it, so you don't hear really much of the gong kind of sound to it. So, if I'm playing just...